What is up, everybody? It's Joe from JLW Games coming at you with another cool video back in Planet Coaster in the one, the only Time City. And today's going to be kind of a nice little detail episode inside the tower building for the most part, and we actually go back to the entrance area later on as well. So in this episode, we're going to be working a lot on the tower ride queue line. I'm pretty much getting all of the railings up and a little bit of the scenery a little bit as well. So we work a little bit on the scenery, but for the most part, it's mainly just kind of getting the queue ready and getting all these fences up, which is kind of a boring part, but it's something that needed to get done because my goal is to get this tower ride done fairly soon, and hopefully within the next episode or two. Maybe, I don't know, because I still have to do a lot of exterior on it as well. The interior of the ride itself is pretty much complete. I don't know if there's anything else I'm going to add except for maybe custom audio. So if you've been at the live streams, you kind of know what the ride's like. I actually have done POVs on that as well. So if you want to see any POVs of the rides, you're going to have to go to live streams and check them out real time, because I do give POVs out during those times. So if you're just on YouTube, then you're gonna have to wait until the cinematic video with all the POVs, I suppose. I mean, or you can join Twitch and go check us out there, because I like there to be something to look forward to. That's why I don't reveal the POVs until the park is complete. You know, just out of that kind of, suspense and excitement, to get people kind of excited for a ride. It's almost like you can't ride it until, the park's open, It's just kind of how it works in mine. I've been criticized over that, but I like that philosophy. But if you're in the live streams, usually I do ride the rides quite a bit. So to check them out, because I do have to test them to make sure they turned out the way they were supposed to and everything. So it's just kind of one of those things. But they do turn out really nicely. So if y'all did not notice in this queue line, it is kind of very much, at least the structure anyways, not like the theming or anything, but the structure is very much inspired by Time Traveler's queue line. If you ever know what Time Traveler's queue line is, it has 3 floors. You got the first floor, which is pretty much nothing but long switchbacks. I go back and forth, not a whole lot of theming. I'm going to have a lot more theming in this, obviously. And then you got the second floor, which has a big opening where you can look down at the first floor. Excuse me, so I did that on this as well, as I thought I thought it fit well on this ride, because then on the third floor, you have the actual ride itself, and it also made the ride taller, putting the queue line underneath. So I thought that was a good idea as well, and I think it just works very, very well within this ride, that structure and everything. And this is just a pretty big, massive structure that I have to work around, so it does get a little bit complicated in some spots, and that's kind of, in this episode, I just want to fill in some of those complicated spots, get them kind of taken care of and everything like that. So like I said, later we are going to go and add a rentals booth as well, later in the park, later in the episode anyways. We do add a rentals booth in the entrance area, since I can do that with the Theme Makers Toolkit now. So we have some items that really help with that, like the strollers and the wheelchairs, which is by Rudy Rancamel. Those are some really good pieces. If you don't have them, they're like one of the must-have toolkit items to have. So I'm trying my best. I'm trying to limit how many toolkit items I use in this park, because it just really kills the game right now, the load times. And I had so many moments in this episode where the game would just drop frames out of nowhere, and it did it like every 5 to 10 minutes, where the game just drops frames. I don't know if it was from the autosave. I can't remember if it was from the autosave, but it just drops frames, and it kept freezing at random times. So I was getting scared and started. You'll notice I did save quite a bit of times in this episode, just because I didn't want to lose any of my progress of placing all those darn fences. So, but anyways, there's also a couple of spots where it does freeze, and that's because during a live stream, some stuff does happen. So I had to in this particular case, had to use the restroom. So that's why it was kind of frozen for a second. I mean, I could edit it out, but since it's in a time lapse, it doesn't really matter. And it just gives me more time to talk to you during the episode. So anyways, we're going to have a date for the 24-hour live stream very, very soon. It'll probably actually be one of the next videos coming up where I announce the day that a 24-hour live stream will be going. So it's going to most likely be on a Friday or Saturday night and end either on a Saturday or on a Sunday. That way, because it works the best around schedules for everyone, I think, if it's on a weekend, unless you work at a theme park like me, but it is the off season for me, so I think it just works the best for most people, and I wish I could accommodate everyone. And if you're not going to be able to, if a Friday or Saturday doesn't really work well for you, I do apologize in advance. But we are going to be live for 24 hours, so I'm sure there's some time, hopefully some points where everyone can kind of pop in every once in a while. And those 24 live streams are very, very hard to do, to be honest. Yeah, I get very tired around the 4 a.m. point, usually. Once it gets to like 4 or 5 a.m. or something like that, it's just kind of weird. And I usually start it at night. That way, when I'm done, it's nighttime, and I can just go to bed and just sleep in the next day. That's usually how I look at it. But just kind of pay attention to Twitch as well. I'm going to be posting, hopefully, start posting some schedules of what I'm going to be streaming each day, and I'm going to be streaming every single day, and probably you're going to see lots of Time City videos, if not every day. So because we got to get a run on this park, and I got to finish it up. So as you know, we're not even like halfway done with this park, so that just kind of tells you how many episodes we're going to be doing during the month of January in this park. This month of January is going to be Time City's month for sure. I'm going to be obviously playing other things as well, but for the most part, Time City is probably going to be on there almost daily. If not daily, almost daily, because we have so much to accomplish within the next few months. So I didn't get as much done as I wanted to before the off-season hit, but that's all right. Like I said, we're going to be focusing on this park a lot over the next month. So just be prepared for a lot of Time City episodes. And you might be thinking, so when I do finish Time City, what is going to be the next thing that I'm going to be focusing on? Am I going to be doing a new park? And I've almost made the decision of, instead of doing a new park right away, I'm not saying I'm not going to, eventually, I think I'm going to be focusing a lot more on working on the parks that I currently have and completing that. That's going to be kind of probably my main goal this year, is to kind of work on the parks that I already have and just make them a little bit better. So in other words, we're probably going to be working a lot in Arrow Valley, Westwood, and just kind of updating the parks to make them better. And then, of course, we have Time City as well, which, is already going to be pretty decent. Should be pretty decent when it's finished, for the most part. And that's just kind of the hopes anyways. And then also, I really want to get going again on the Silver Dollar City recreation. I want to get that in pretty much a completed state. And that way I can grant that to you guys, because that project is something that I've been dreaming of doing and getting complete, and really giving it out to you guys, and hopefully you guys will appreciate that as well. So hopefully you guys will enjoy that park if I can get it done. I've been working on it for the past 2 years, and I haven't put enough work into it, and I'm constantly trying to make it better. So sometimes I run into some hiccups and here and then where I have to change it into a new world or something like that, a new scenario, and just having to save and move blueprints around and redoing the paths, and it's just been kind of a nightmare to get that in there. But I think I finally got it, and then it's like I'm gonna have to retrack Time Traveler now. I'm thinking about redoing the building on Time Traveler. It's just kind of a mess, and I really want to get that closer to a finished state and everything like that. So just be on the lookout for I might even do quite a few Silver Dollar City episodes in January as well. So just be on the lookout for that, and hopefully we'll be to a really good spot when that goal gets down. So anyways, that's kind of the plans I want to go into 2019, hopefully, and hopefully you can understand, and I hope you guys kind of approve. I also am going to look at streaming possibly Parkitect as well. I want to do the scenarios on those. They look really fun, and just because it's kind of like a newer version of the old Roller Coaster Tycoon games, which is just so much fun, and I haven't gotten to play Parkitect enough to really give a feel for it, and hopefully I can do that later on. So this is with the tower ride, we are really starting to get there. Like, I'm really able to probably start by the next episode to work on the exterior. So pretty much I just wanted to close up the loose ends and really get it closer to that completed state. So over here in the entrance area, which we haven't touched in forever, which I'm going to be touching up here pretty soon a lot more, we actually work on the rentals booth, and this is something I wanted to add in. I was like, what can I put at the end of this road? And I was like, oh, I can put the rentals booth, something that I do not have in the park just yet. And I might even work on some of the interiors of the main street and stuff just a little bit, because I've just started to get into interiors for buildings, even though it takes up a lot more time. It might be something I do last, and if I don't have enough time for it, then I might add those in later. I'm not sure. But, that's just kind of how it is at the moment. I'm thinking about adding more strollers and wheelchairs over here. I feel like the area is just a little bit emptier than I was hoping. But I do end up making like a little booth for the rentals building, and that building's pretty much where they would store all of the extra, extra like strollers and wheelchairs as well. It would be nice if we had like an ECV that we could put into the game too, like the little electric scooters that a lot of parks usually have. They have wheelchairs too, but they usually have a lot of electric scooters as well. So that's kind of cool. And this pathway is going to actually be leading to the big Clock Tower Plaza area, which is going to connect it to all the different sections with the time portals. And I still don't know exactly what I'm going to put leading up to there. And I'm just hoping I'm going to have to do a couple of guests flow test, trying to get the guests to flow in different directions. They should go down this street because it does lead into the other sections, so that's just kind of the hope I have. I don't want to have to put a ride in the entrance area. That's kind of what I want to avoid, because I want to keep it to the other sections of the park, but if I have to, I might be able to dream up something that might work. I don't know exactly, but for right now, it should work just having that plaza leading to the other sections of the ride if they don't want to take the monorail to the other sections as well. I think that is actually something, or one change that is going to benefit this park, is the option to walk to the other areas as well. So, because that monorail gets the longest line, and it's just kind of insane. So, I do have some custom videos I'm going to be adding actually relatively soon to the game as well. So for sure in this, when I upload it to the Steam Workshop, the final build, I definitely will have to encourage you fully to download all the custom files and put them in the game, because you're going to want to, because there's going to be a lot of custom images and audio in this park, so you're not going to want to miss out on those. Just so everyone is aware. So this is going to be a cool rentals booth. I don't know if it's a bug, but when I was working on the community park, I had some toolkit items, and it was a toolkit item glitch, but I tried to upload the park to the workshop, and it actually would not allow me to. So I went back, deleted some toolkit items, and kind of redid it, and it actually worked at one point. I don't know if, because at first it was saying that I had some items that were missing that were deleted or something, so I don't know exactly what happened. I think there was a certain item that got deleted or something that just caused that to happen, so I don't know exactly, and hopefully it doesn't affect this, otherwise it could be a nightmare trying to get that all fixed. I mean, I would definitely go out of my way to get that fixed, to get it on the workshop for sure, but as long as I don't have to delete my dinosaurs, which shouldn't be an issue. I don't know if there's a limit of how many toolkit items you can have in a park that you can upload to the Steam Workshop. I don't know if that's it, because I tried doing that, and I couldn't spot a specific item. After I put so many items down, it actually started doing it again in the community park. So it's just kind of a weird thing that I could not figure out, and I don't know if it's a bug or something else. So here at the end of the episode, I do get a little, maybe add some excitement as we might start our next section here soon, as I put the monorail station for the next section down, which will be the Greek/Roman section. But that is going to about do it for this episode, and I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will catch you guys in the next one. So make sure you guys have a great day and an even cooler tomorrow. And again, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe for more amazing content like this. And if you want to watch these episodes live, go follow me on Twitch. But anyways, thank you guys, and again, goodbye.